chopsticks. There's nothing like chopsticks to help any romance along. Four heads start playing and two heads start swaying and two hearts start singing a song. If one of us makes any music mistakes while we're chopping the sticks, no need to get mad, for there's nothing so bad that a couple of kisses can't fix. Let's play together.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Jenny and welcome to another puppet making workshop. And today we are going to be making these superhero rod puppets. Cause it's Superhero Week! Dun, 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 dun. So for this, we'll need a couple different things. So we will need some construction paper, whatever colors you like to use, yarn, whatever you have. You can also use string, some strong tape, like masking or painters, scissors, one rubber band, I have a backup just in case, a pencil or a stick for the rod, a stapler, some markers, white glue I would use, and if you have the Glue All multi-purpose glue, it holds really strong, so that's a good choice. And also if you want to not wait for glue to dry and you have a grown-up help, you can use a hot glue gun. You need some sort of stretchy fabric, so I'm going to be using this pink sparkly sock today. So sock can work, whatever scrap fabric you have. Now, if you don't have any scrap fabric or anything you can use, you can always just wrap it in like tissue paper or yarn. And you need some newspaper or packing paper. Great, so we will begin. All right, so the first thing we need to do, just gonna clear spots over here. We need to make the head for our rod puppet. So to do that, we're gonna take our packing paper or our newspaper, and you don't need too much, just a little. So you can always cut it in half like I did. And we're just going to make a ball out of this. We're gonna scrunch it up. This is the fun part. And we need our tape handy too for this. So we're gonna scrunch it up, make like a ball shape. And you're gonna want, at this point, to take your pencil and stick it in the bottom. Great. And we're just gonna pack it all up. Squish, squish, squish. Right. Awesome. So, to hold that in place, we need our masking tape or painter's tape. And this helps to get smooth edges for it as well. Okay. So we're just gonna take some of our tape and we're just gonna cover the ball up. Just like this. And while you're doing this, you can continue to squish it together, make a good ball shape. Awesome. A few more to do. And as you notice here, the pencil comes off quite easily, so you're going to want to put some tape around this part right here, like almost like making a neck, to make sure it stays on your rod. So I'm just going to put some tape around here. And now it doesn't come off. Great. So we're going to do some more, just like this. Oops. Awesome. All right, just a little bit more. Let's see. Okay, let's see. And one more. Awesome. And I'm just smoothing down the tape a bit. Let's do a check again to make sure it's connected. Sometimes you just can shake it. All right, it's pretty good. Awesome. So we have our head shape. Now, the masking tape, you know, you can always paper mache over this if you want to do that. You can always put tissue paper over it if you don't have the stretchy fabric. But I'm going to use some stretchy fabric. So I have this sock here. And I'm going to cut it up just a little bit because we don't need the whole thing. Great. And I'm just going to see how much I need. So I'm going to use down here. Great. And we're just going to pull it down just like this. Awesome. And at this point, I'm going to take my rubber band and just wrap it around, right around the neck part. And now we have all this excess here, so I'm just going to cut it up, trim it down. We don't need this much down here. Great. It almost looks like a lollipop. Okay, so we have our head. Excellent. So the next thing we need to do, we are going to create our body and our cape here, just like this. Da, 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 da. So whatever color you want to use for the body, I would get that paper now, and we're just going to fold it in half, just like this. The long ways. Excellent. Now for this one, I did about 3 inches across. And you can always eyeball it however long you need it. So I'm just going to do about the same. So I'm just cutting off about 3 inches or 2.5 inches. Great. So we have this, right? Now we need to create a hole right here. And I would start out small for this hole first. You can always make it bigger if you need to. It's always good to start out small. Okay, so we have this right here, our hole. Now we're gonna feed this through. And just see if it matches up. Great, awesome. So just like this. Now you can get fancy and, you know, cut off the sides and the bottom, which I'm gonna do now. And kind of like that. Great. So we have the body. And now the next thing we need is the cape. So for the cape, we need to make the cape a little bit bigger than the body we just did. So that way it can fold over. You see how it folds over, just like this? Great. So I'm gonna use blue for my cape. You can always take this and measure it up and see how much you need. So I'm just gonna draw a cape out. So on the sides, I'm making it about like an inch, inch and a half wider. And I'm just gonna draw down. Excellent. So I have my cape, and I'm gonna cut that out. And the fun thing with this, you can create any sort of superhero you want with this activity today. All right, so now I have my cape. I'm just gonna see if it works with this. Great, it does. Folds down really nicely. I'm just gonna fold it down now. So all I'm doing is creating a triangle on both sides of my folds. Okay, and I'll show you in a second. Just like this. Awesome. But before we put that on, we're gonna staple most of the body together. So take your handy dandy stapler, and we're just gonna do 4 staples. So 1 on this side, a little bit further down, 1 on the opposite side, and then 2 at the bottom. We're just holding in place our body onto the rod. Okay. Doop. Make sure it lines up. 1. There's 1. Let's do the other one. 2. Now the bottom. 1. And then 2. Just like this. And now the body stays on really well. Yep. Now we need to staple our cape on. So we're gonna take it and hold it at the very top and just fold over like we did before. Fold over, and then we're gonna staple right there through both pieces of paper. And we're gonna do the same for the other side. Okay, this, and then through both pieces of paper. Excellent. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need a face for our puppet. So you can use whatever construction paper you want for this. I'm gonna use some white, and I'm just gonna use my markers and just make some, you know, a nose, a mouth, maybe a mask. And again, this can be anything you want to do. Open-ended. All right, so maybe a little smiley face. We're gonna do a mask, kind of like our other one we just made. So I have some things here to cut out now. Cutting out the mouth. So we have our mouth, nose, and our mask. And I'm just gonna color in our mask a little bit. I'm gonna do some purple. Maybe some peoples. Great. And now we can use our really strong white glue to glue it onto the fabric. But I do find that the hot glue gun you don't have to wait so long for it to dry. It's a good thing. But again, use some grown-up help for this. So I'm just gonna use my hot glue gun for the sake of this workshop. And we're gonna glue on our features. Now you can add more things if you want to. If you want to add some ears, you can. Right, and our nose. Being super careful. Okay. Dun 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 dun. There's our other superhero. Now for the yarn, you can do some hair, whatever you want to do. I have blue yarn. I might make, you know, some long hair again. That'd be fun to do. There's all different things you do with yarn. If you make it really long, or maybe I'll cut it a little bit. What do you think? Let's see. Now, if you don't have yarn to use, you can also just use paper to make some hair at the top. Pom-poms would be fun. You can get super creative. All right, so again, we can use our glue for this, our really strong white glue, or our hot glue gun. I'm just gonna do some strips of glue on top. Being super careful. And dun, 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 dun. Here's our superhero. And this one I added like a star on it. So you can add a lot of things onto the body or on the cape if you want, with markers or with construction paper. So maybe I'll do a quick star real quick. That's always fun to do. I do a little star. Just cut that out. We're gonna glue that on. Or maybe I can make another one and make it look more like Captain Marvel or something. Do love Captain Marvel. Did watch that the other day. Okay. So, dun, 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 dun. So we have our two superheroes now. Dun, 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 dun. And this is a great rod puppet. It is pretty sturdy because we packed all that tape in, and it has a little round at the bottom. Of course, you can trim it up if you need some more to hold on to. And that's our puppet today. Hooray! We did it! Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Jenny, and I'm Wonderspark Puppets, of course. And we are offering so many different things, so check out our website at wondersparkpuppets.com. We have telegrams that we're offering, puppet telegrams, as well as live puppet chats that we can do, so check that out. We are doing a weekly raffle that we will draw a name on Friday before our live puppet show, and that person will win a live performance of their very own. Isn't that fun? So check out our raffle too. I think tickets start at raffle tickets, excuse me, are $10. All right. And we also have membership. You can support us for as low as $7 a month, and then you give all sorts of special perks with that. We also, appreciate donations through Venmo and PayPal, and all that information is on our website. And our Little Red Hen show that we just did on Friday will be up for the next week, and we'll be doing a different show next week. So check that out too if you haven't already. And please share and like our workshops that we've been doing with your friends, as well as our puppet shows. And we would love to see your creations as well. So #WondersparkPuppets, and we love to see what sort of superheroes you've been creating this week for Superhero Week. And thank you for tuning in for Superhero Week. And tomorrow we'll be doing a different theme. So I'm really excited for us to do that. Excellent. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye. Da, 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 da.